Okay, so in 2019, Netflix put out Wu Assassins, right? And yeah, they've made a film to kind of finish off the story, right? Maybe I don't know. I don't know if the intention was to be this it, or maybe they do a film before they do another. Who knows? Who knows? All we know is they made a film called Wu Assassins Fistful of Vengeance. Yes, that was the title. It is directed by Roel Reiné. It is written by Cameron Litvack, Jessica Chow, and Yalun Tu. It's produced by Tu. Um, Cinematography is from Renee. It's edited by Michael England. Music is from Toby Chu. Um, and yes, our cast. Well, we have got Iko Uwais back as Kai Jin. Louis Tan is Lu Jing Li, so he's back. And Lawrence Kao is back as Tommy Wah. We've got Juju Chan as Zan Hu, Pearl Fuzi as Zama Zulu, Francesca Corney is Priya, Jason Tobin is William Pan, uh, Rafa Fongam is Ku An Yi. Oh, and we've got uh, Katrina Gray as an Interpol agent. Okay, so the gist of the story, people, is this: Kai, Lu Jing, and Tommy travel to Bangkok to hunt down the killer of Tommy's sister, Jenny. Having found on her body an ancient talisman that leads them to Thailand, their biotech billionaire William Pan approaches them, requesting that they bring to him his twin sister, underworld boss Ku An Yi, a Jianxi who has been consuming massive amounts of ki to expand her supernatural powers in order to take over the world. William explains to them that he and Ku are descendants of Pangju, the being who had shaped the universe, who the first Wu assassin killed after he went mad with power, and whose essence is now contained within two talismans, one in the possession of William and the other Tommy had found on Jenny, which had formerly belonged to Ku. William tells them that Ku had killed Jenny while searching for Kai, the current Wu assassin, but lost her talisman in a fight with her, and that now can use both talisman to depower Ku and restore order to the universe. Or can he? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so who knows why Lee Jong Lee didn't return as Jenny, and it's also just it was a bit rubbish that they killed her off set. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see anything. We literally start off with them going to Thailand, right? Tommy in a cab, and the others doing another thing in a nightclub, right? That's how we start off. So we don't see Jenny. So, like, who knows, right? Maybe she just didn't fancy it. There could be schedule conflicts. Who knows? The only thing is, it just detracts slightly. But she was a big part of the first season. So the fact that then she's nowhere, it's just good. It doesn't sit right, you know? I think the other thing you know, is is the fact that the original, right, the original Wu assassins, it wasn't like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't highbrow. You know what I mean? It wasn't that, but it was it was fairly entertaining, right? It was 10 episodes, so it did allow the story to breathe a little bit more. Now, there was definitely some ludicrous shit, but it was kind of just switch off TV, right? You could sit there, watch it, and be like, all right, let's enjoy a little kung fu for a while. You know what I mean? And the fight scenes, like, they weren't Daredevil level. You know what I mean? But they were okay. They were okay. In this, the fights are just a little bit like, everything, to be honest, feels a little bit rushed. You know, just a little bit rushed, which obviously, if you're making 10 episodes of something, right, that is about 40 to 50 minutes an episode, you have got time, right? You've got time for your story. But the film is not that, right? It's an hour, just over an hour and a half, 95 minutes. So you're really having to speed through everything. And by doing that, nothing really has weight. You know what I mean? It's like we go, oh, yeah, we're doing this for Jenny. Oh, we're going to go there. Oh, some guy makes us an offer. Okay, we'll do that. And after everything that went down in the first season, the fact that they're just taking people's word, that they're just doing these things, you're just a bit like, what the fuck? Like, come on now. You learn so much in that first you know what I mean? You learn that you can't always trust people. The other thing is, they're referencing Star Wars and shows like this. So we're in a universe where they watch TV, they watch these films, right? Fantasy. So they understand, there's usually double crossing and all of this kind of shenanigans. So you have them reference and say things and all of that, but then you have them just run into everything, right? With no fault. Also, what was set up in the series is kind of just all forgotten, right? Because we're watching this and it's a bit like, okay, so, we were told that, yeah, Wu Assassin was the one with the power and he can defeat everyone. You know what I mean? Like, without that, you don't have a chance. But we open up and we've got, like, all the others, I mean, tussling and fighting and all of this. And you're like, what? You know what I mean? Like, Lou and Tommy don't have powers. They don't have powers, but they're kicking as much ass as Kai. And you're like, what? You know what I mean? It's a little bit baffling. Also, the fight scenes are just, they try and get mad fancy with it. A lot of weird kicks and spins and all of this, but it's all wasteful movement, right? They're all doing things that you're just like, yeah, you're not doing that in a fight, right? Your ass is getting shot. And it's like, all the bad guys are terrible shots. Terrible shots, right? They spray a van that they're all in, spray it, and no one gets hit. You're just like, wait, what? How the fuck could that happen if machine guns are just opening up on it? Opening up, right? There's scenes where things explode and you think, oh, that's a perfect cover, because how would they not know what happened to you? But they don't. And you're like, wait, but you did more sensible things last time out. Right. So it all just got, it all felt a little bit rushed. Now, listen, other people may think differently, you know? This, I kind of think if you like those like crazy martial arts films that are usually on in the wee hours of the morning. Well, I mean, they used to be. Now you can just kind of watch them whenever you want. But you know the ones I'm talking about, people, those crazy ones, right? Then this, it would probably speak to you, right? You'd probably be like, oh, yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with that. But yeah, you have to have that in mind because it's this is a little crazy, right? There's love interests that all felt mad false, right? They bring in a couple of new characters, you know, like ugh, what is their names again? Um, bloody hell, it's Jesus Christ, what are those girls' names? Zama, yes, Zama Zulu and Priya, right? They're these new female characters. Zama is a cop, right? She's a cop, and what they've got her in the smallest top, right? The smallest top, and it's like, listen, there. It's not about like, oh, I'm body shaming. Oh, I'm doing. No, it's not about that. But it's just who's wearing that to work? It's not like she's undercover, right? If she's undercover, you could be like, okay, I get it. She's not undercover. So it's just a bit like, I do not believe a female cop is wearing that on the reg to work. No, because, when you think about, right, how it's probably she's gonna face scrutiny. Then people are gonna be like, I don't believe you can do it. You're not tough. We're tougher than you. Just all of this. So she's not wearing that top, right? It's stupid. It's stupid. And then when you kind of look at what they had Priya in, she's mad covered. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I wish she was showing a bit. No, it's just you have one female like this and the other one with everything hanging out, right? And it's a weird choice, right? There's a pointless sex scene, right? It didn't need to be there, right? It added nothing to the film, but yeah, it was just an excuse to show Zama's tits. That's all it was. And it was just like, what are we doing? Like the way it was cut was super funky, right? They'd have her clothed, and then next shot she's got a top off. Then the next shot she's clothed. The next shot she's got a top. And you're like, wait, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? It's just it was a very odd choice. It's a very odd choice, people. You know, and again, I don't care about like weird nudity or anything like that. It's fine if it fits the film, but it's just odd when you throw these things in and you're like, okay, without that scene, the film's still the film, right? We did nothing. We have a lot of those forced arguments where everyone's just like, ah, oh, you do this, ah, oh, you do this, ah, oh, I don't like you anymore, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, all right, when the stakes are what the stakes are, they're not doing it. It's just like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? It's just an odd one. It's an odd one. I can't, because as I said, look, Wu Assassins, it wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't Pulitzer. You're not winning an Oscar, but it was fine. This was just meh. It was weird. It was weird. But yeah, if you like those crazy martial arts films, if you like those B movies, those straight to, you know what I mean, the Steven Seagal shit that's straight to DVD. You know what I mean? That mob shit, right? If that's what you dig, then yeah, Wu Assassins, Fistful of Vengeance, you're gonna be all up in it. You're gonna be like, oh shit, this is my jam. Talking about jam, the music in the film is such an odd choice. It's all over the place. It's just not, they do not pick a lane, right? It's just a hodgepodge. So it's weird, right? And it's not like there's a lot of rap, there's garage, there's rock and indie, and there's some weird covers. It's not great, right? Everything feels like it's a cheap knockoff of something. Like they wanted something else, but couldn't get the rights to it. Yeah, I don't know, people. Look, if you wanted the story continued, if you like craziness, then Wu Assassins, Fistful of Vengeance, boom, it's your thing. It's on Netflix, so you can dip in, dip out, do whatever you want, people. So there you go. Fistful of Vengeance, Wu Assassins 2.